Coming up, children who say they've lived past lives. Could this boy have lived a past life as baseball legend Lou Gehrig? Today, we investigate the phenomenon of past lives and the children who say they've lived them. Like a toddler who told his parents he once lived a past life as a Civil War soldier. Or a 10-year-old who says he had a past life as a Hollywood agent in the 1950s with lots of details. And you're about to meet a boy who says he lived a past life as someone who died nearly 70 years before he was born. Baseball legend Lou Gehrig. Please welcome Christian and his mother, Cathy. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
Hey, take me back to when this all started. Christian was 2 years old, so I don't know if you even know this. Probably most kids don't remember when they're 2. What was so unique about your son that also caught your attention?
Well, we're not baseball people, and he saw some neighborhood kids playing baseball in the neighborhood and became so obsessed with baseball that he had us playing baseball with him like 8 to 10 hours a day. We put some videos on YouTube. They got like 10 million views, and still these videos of him when he was 2, 3, 4 years old get millions of views like every year still, 10 years later.
You're throwing your lefty, which is an advantage.
Yeah.
So Christian started making comments at the same time that he started playing. And Cathy, this is probably something you'll remember more than he would. And I gather you were in a plane one day. He said something that stopped you in your tracks.
Right, in the very beginning, I didn't think much of it. He would say strange things like I was a tall baseball player.
And he'd say it in the past tense.
He would say past tense, but I would correct him. So when he was 2 years old, Adam Sandler saw him on YouTube and flew us to Boston to be in a movie. And while we were on the plane, I was trying to put his seatbelts on, and he was struggling with me, and he said, I didn't wear seatbelts when I was big, and I drank alcohol. And even then, I didn't think much of it. It was a little embarrassing. People were laughing.
Yeah.
But it really, when he turned 3 is when the floodgates really opened, and he began sharing very specific details, things that he hadn't had any access to that information.
One I know is, as it happened when he saw a picture of this gentleman. I'll put it up there if you don't mind. This is baseball legend Babe Ruth. So Christian, how did you react when you saw that picture?
When I saw it, I got very furious, and I waved my bat up in the air, and I told my mom, I don't like him. He was mean to me.
We were at Fenway Park when he saw that. He was 2.
Yeah, that's a weird thing. Babe Ruth had played in Boston initially.
Yeah.
So had you ever talked to mention Babe Ruth? Have you talked about baseball history at all with your son?
Not at all. We weren't baseball people. His dad's from Germany, so not at all.
And so you just thought this was a wild imagination of a young child growing?
Right, I really did in the beginning, but then as time went on, he got so specific and shared just very specific things about playing baseball in the 1920s and 30s. He was able to recognize people in photographs and name some people. So it just, the more that these details came out, I realized there was no possible way that he could just be making it up.
So you started asking around for advice about what be going on with your son. What did you learn?
Right. Well, reincarnation was not part of my belief system being a Christian. I went to my pastor, and the first thing he said was maybe he's, possessed by an unwelcome spirit, like a spirit of a dead person, which as a mother, that's very disconcerting.
Scary.
Right. So then I took a very scientific approach, which you'll appreciate. I went to the University of Virginia School of Medicine and got in contact with researchers there who've been researching children's past lives. For the last 50 years, they've documented almost 3,000 cases. And what they told me to do is show him photographs from Babe Ruth's era, because we knew he was upset by Babe Ruth. We knew some things he had said that would be consistent with that era. Like when he grew up, he said there was fire in the lights, like gaslighting. So I showed him some pictures and...
The gaslighting from the 20s?
Yeah, well, this was early 1900s. Yeah, okay. In the house, too.
So Cathy showed this picture of her son. This is the 1927 Yankees, maybe the best team to ever play baseball. And Babe Ruth is in this picture. He's top row, third from the left. Christian, what did you say to your mom when you saw this picture? Were you surprised by it? Could you find yourself in it?
Yeah, I immediately pointed to a guy with dimples, and I said that was me.
It's a guy in the top left. We circle him. That's Lou Gehrig.
Yeah.
And at the time, we didn't even know who it was, but...
What was that like, actually hearing your son at least be able to put some language behind what he was trying to tell you?
Yeah, I was grateful at the time that I had Dr. Tucker and Carol Bowman, who's another expert in the field, because they said continue to show him photos. So I showed him photos of Lou Gehrig's parents. He was able to pick out the names from a list of names. It was strange. It was definitely strange as a mother, but I really wanted to listen to him and be there for him.
Do you remember that picture being taken? Or details about what was going on then?
No, not too much.
But you felt pretty comfortable picking out that person, Lou Gehrig,
Yeah.
in the image. So there are probably some folks out there thinking, Cathy, you know, you're feeding your son this information. There's no way. What do you say to those skeptics?
Well, I was the most skeptical of all, and you know, the only reason we're really sharing this story now is not to convince people of reincarnation, but really just to share that message that our souls survive death. That love can surpass one lifetime. And I really feel like if we can start to see people as souls within a body rather than, you know, this physical body representation of who we are, we can have a lot more compassion, be a lot just less judgmental. And I think really the world needs that right now. So.
For sure it needs that. But I'm really curious what's going on with you Christians. So when we come back, the chilling memory Christian says he remembers from his past life as Lou Gehrig. Plus, could you have a past life and not know it? Stick around. Randy Cash, we've been talking about children who say they lived past lives. Christian says he once lived a past life as Lou Gehrig. He's back along with his mother, Cathy. Also joining us is medium Anna Raimondi, who trained past life regression therapists. So you know a lot about this. So Christian, you started having memories when you were 2.
Yeah.
What is the first memory you have, personally, of the past life?
Well, when I was little, I used to tell my parents, like, things. I was a tall baseball player, and I stayed in hotels almost every night and stuff like that.
What did it feel like to have those sensations, those visions, those memories? Did it ever frighten you?
No, not really, but it was strange.
Because you'd never seen those really. You just sort of felt that they were part of you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're 11 now.
Yeah.
Are you still having those memories?
No, when I turned 6, they started slowly fading away, and that's what usually happens with past life memories.
And your mom is taking you to hospitals to talk to doctors about this.
Yeah.
And so you learned a fair amount about it. Does it bother you? You don't have those memories anymore, or you're okay moving on?
I'm okay moving on.
And what makes Christian's story so unique?
A couple of things. First of all, he remembers so vividly and specifics. You know, often kids will talk about past lives, but they kind of drop in memories and then they're out. He lived with this. He felt it. This was me. Also, Lou Gehrig is not gone very long, you know, and to have a soul that is shared with someone famous who hasn't been gone very long is also quite unique.
Yeah, it's not Caesar or Cleopatra. It's someone who's, you know, people remember being alive with Lou Gehrig. So, if you can, so give us a quick insight about what reincarnation really is.
Well, you know, our bodies die and it goes to dust, but the soul goes on forever. And so when we die, the energy of the soul has vibration, you know, goes on. And the soul has an opportunity to right some of the wrongs it did in a past life. And so the soul will come back and, you know, occupy another body.
And is it common that a child will lose this ability to experience a past life as they get older?
Yeah, there's an open window between birth and 6. You know, usually around 6, kids are becoming socialized. They're becoming their own selves, okay? And they tend to forget about, you know, what their past life was. I mean, you can see, like, well, babies will point and talk and they can't communicate, but they're seeing and feeling. And then it goes.
Are you picking up anything? I'm not putting pressure on you, but I'm sitting here.
A couple of things. First of all, there's a man here named Richard,
my dad,
who says he goes to all the games, and he's with a younger female, Chris. He's with her. They go to your games.
My stepsister who passed away is named Kristen.
Okay.
And my dad's named Richard Byrd. Richard Byrd is my father.
And he passed away also?
Passes from Alzheimer's.
They go to all your games.
I played baseball with him before.
But he loves that you have become your own. Like, you're not, it's your Christian now. But I'm also feeling Babe Ruth. Okay? Not Lou Gehrig, Babe Ruth. Because he wants to set the record straight. He's sorry, and he wants you to let that go.
The reason I'm emotional is because he still has issues with Babe Ruth at this age. He still doesn't really like him because of the past things. So it really touches me that
you gotta let it go. Don't hold it anymore.
Well, he's a complex character.
He's beautiful.
May not let it go with Babe Ruth, or you may not remember Lou Gehrig, but I understand you're a lefty, which Lou Gehrig was also.
Yep.
You see batted lefty. So can you throw left-handed?
Yeah.
Well?
Yeah.
I'm taking my ring off because I've learned long ago, don't wear any rings with that. I know what you got. Let's see what you got. I'm gonna have you throw a break, literally. All right? Hit the glove. I got the children's glove, by the way, here. I'm not moving it. All right, let's see what you got, Tiger. Jeez. All right, throw us one more time. Put it down here, Coach. There we go. Well, it's the best I can do with this glove. Christian, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You can hear more of Christian's story in the book, The Boy Who Knew Too Much, an astounding true story of a young boy's past life memories. We'll be right back. Best shot.